When you think of treasure, what comes to mind? Probably gold, right? Or jewels. But what if the most valuable things on Earth aren't rare at all? What if they're so common, so all around us that we kind of forget they're even there? Today, we're going to uncover some of those essential, overlooked treasures of nature that make all life possible.
So, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a village where two kids, Bhumi and Surya, are visiting their grandmother, Aji. Surrounded by all that fresh air and those green hills, you can just feel it, right? It's the perfect place to disconnect from the city and get back to what really matters.
After pointing out the clean air, the rich soil, the warm sunlight, Aji asked them this really simple but, wow, pretty profound question. And that question is really the heart of our explainer today. What are the fundamental treasures our lives truly depend on? Okay, first up is the most immediate and, well, invisible treasure of all, the air we breathe. It's totally automatic, right? Something we do nearly 20,000 times a day without giving it a single thought. You know, when Aji teaches the children those breathing exercises, she's connecting them with a fundamental biological truth. Think about it. We can survive for weeks without food, and even days without water, but we only have a few precious minutes without air. It's this constant, non-negotiable need for our bodies to function, second by second. It just feels like empty space, doesn't it? But the air all around us is actually a super dynamic and complex mixture of gases. So let's break it down. What's really in every single breath we take? This chart shows the cocktail of gases we call air perfectly. Now, the vast majority, a whopping 78%, is nitrogen. It's mostly inert, kind of just hanging out, acting as a crucial buffer gas that dilutes the oxygen and makes our atmosphere stable and breathable. Then comes that 21% of oxygen we absolutely need to live. And that tiny 1%, well, that's a little mix of argon, carbon dioxide, and a few other trace gases. Let's just focus on that number for a second. 21%. It doesn't sound like a lot, does it? And yet this relatively small fraction of our atmosphere is the high-octane fuel for pretty much all complex life on Earth, from the tiniest insect to the biggest whale. That 21% makes everything possible. Our metabolism, our movement, even our thoughts. But air isn't just for breathing. When it moves, it becomes this powerful force that we can actually harness. This moving air, a treasure born from that first treasure, has a name we all know. Wind. The definition is so simple. Wind is just air in motion. We feel it as a gentle breeze on our skin. But as Bhumi and Surya learn, that motion is pure kinetic energy, and we can do a lot more than just feel it. We can capture it and put it to work. You've probably made a pinwheel or a furky just like this before. It's such a perfect hands-on way to see energy conversion. As you run, the moving air pushes against those angled blades, and it converts the linear motion of the wind into the rotational motion of the wheel. It's basically physics in the palm of your hand. And this is a fantastic aha moment. On the left, a simple toy. On the right, a massive wind turbine. I mean, they look completely different, but the aerodynamic principle is exactly the same. The same force that spins a paper toy can also turn the giant blades that power our cities. How cool is that? And this simple principle has powered human innovation for centuries. Windmills have ground our grains and pumped our water, doing the heavy lifting of civilization. Today, these massive wind farms use that same ancient idea to generate clean, renewable electricity for millions and millions of people. Okay, so from the invisible force of air, we now turn to a treasure we can see and feel, but one we just as often take for granted. It is the solvent of life itself, water. Here, Aji isn't just teaching the kids to water plants. She's teaching them a deeper philosophy of conservation, a mindset where not a single drop is wasted. She's showing them that because water enables life, every single drop is precious. And just think about how deeply it's woven into our world. We drink it to survive, of course, but it also regulates the planet's temperature, carves the very landscapes we live in, and grows the food that fuels our societies. I mean, nearly every single process, from manufacturing the device you're watching this on to the metabolic reactions in your own cells, depends on this simple, miraculous molecule. So, we've looked at air, wind, and water as individual treasures. But what's the bigger picture here? What is the core lesson that Aji is trying to pass on, the one big insight that connects everything? This is it. This is the heart of the entire journey. Air, water, soil, sunlight, these aren't just convenient resources for us to use. They are the absolute, non-negotiable foundation of all existence. Without them, life as we know it simply would not be possible. And that leads to this final, powerful realization. We often talk about going out into nature as if it's some separate place we can visit. But we're not just visitors. We are an inseparable part of it, completely dependent on its systems and its treasures for our own survival. So I'll leave you with the same challenge Aji gave the children. We've talked about air and water, but what other treasures do we overlook? The soil beneath our feet? The sunlight that powers our planet? The next time you step outside, take a breath and just ask yourself, what essential treasure am I forgetting to see?